Today we have filed a lawsuit against the City Council for the City of Tulsa, members Hall Harper, Decker Wright, and Bellis, along with the City of Tulsa. The suit stems from actions on behalf of several councilors, those councilors I just named, who during a public meeting began texting about matters that were relevant and being discussed in the public meeting. One of the fundamental important things in government is shining a light on what the government does and how the government behaves itself. We call our acts the Open Meetings Act and the Open Record Act the sunshine laws. Well, we know that we want to shine light on our government because we don't believe that secrets are conducive to an effective government where those who are in the minority and those who are oppressed are able to get representation. Secret meetings don't favor those who are not in power. It favors those who hold the power and seek to oppress others. That's right. And what we discovered, and quite frankly what happened was, these counselors were caught texting in a meeting by another counselor, and instead of owning responsibility and working towards a resolution, which is all we sought related to this, was a step forward of saying we're going to open our doors, we're going to open our text messages, we're going to communicate. That was the request that we had for both the City Council, the City of Tulsa, and those council members. Unfortunately, they chose not to engage in that kind of dialogue to work towards a resolution. So essentially, they left us no choice but to file a lawsuit against them. The only way we're going to achieve that is if there's actual accountability. And accountability can only come if we know what people are considering and what's influencing their decisions. Why are we so afraid to have these conversations in the city council chambers? You know, if Councilor Miller says something that's starting ridiculous, I want to hear the councilors say that in the meeting. Tell me why, as a citizen, is being ridiculous about putting $10 million for homelessness over the Gilcrease. Why is that a ridiculous thing? How should that money be spent? How did we get to the situation where we're even talking about more money for the Gilcrease? Those are things that should be discussed in the light of public.
Hear, hear.
Not amongst members of the council in text messages during an open and public meeting. If councilors can text each other during meetings, as these councilors seem to believe they can, then what's the point of public meetings?
Subpoena their text messages.
We're going to. So again, today, because the city didn't want to resolve matters, you know, I met with my client, Freeman Culver, who wants to shine light on what's been going on with things like the ARPA funding and the we are asking that every single solitary action that has ever been taken by this city council in violation of the Open Meetings Act be invalidated. Anything that they have done that we can discover they violated the Open Meetings Act, we are going to seek to have it invalidated. They've got an opportunity to come to their senses, but until then, we're going to go after them and hold them accountable. We need to hold them accountable for violating the law in the state of Oklahoma. Let's hold them accountable. Bring some accountability and some transparency to government.
Why just now? You said that you yourself text city councilors in the past. I assume
they never texted me back.
And you said they text me, so you know it's true. You said on video, you watched them on the live video, text you back. Why didn't you sue city councilors back then that did it? Why now?
Because right now what happened was I was coming back from OB&DD. We've been hiding some records and refusing to provide open records. And I see these city councilors mocking the Open Meetings Act and the fact that they violated it. And quite frankly, they picked a really bad time to upset me. And I decided I'm going to go about it.
I get that. So you
find. If I could finish. You know, we can always say what we should have done in the past, what we could have done in the past, but what we could have done in the past, should have done in the past, shouldn't change what we're doing today. So what we're doing today is
amen. Right. So you find
that. Amen. 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 Amen.